What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Delay a Game, the sports show where you get all your needs, all your answers, and all the conversations that you want. We have been on a hiatus since the end of basketball season, but we are back gearing up for the beginning of football season, which is something I know all of us have been missing. So I do want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for your time. And we're going to get into one particular topic today, which I think is something that we've been seeing happen over the last few years, but specifically has been a big topic of conversation during this offseason, and that's the running back market. With this running back market, we've seen a lot of changes happen. I mean, we've seen starters from last year struggle to get jobs. Dalvin Cook, first of all, has been a running back that we've all witnessed in the Vikings that we thought was a great player, and before you know it, he's not on the team and he doesn't have a job. Now, he recently got signed and he didn't have a job for a while. Players like Kareem Hunt, who I also think is still a talented running back, has not received the offer yet. So what is happening with this market that they are devaluing the running back? And if we think about the running back position, some of the big names that got signed or got large contracts, the most notable one we talk about is Ezekiel Elliott because of his drop-off. I mean, Derrick Henry also got a good payday. Christian McCaffrey also had a good payday, but you can make the argument that the last two are still playing at a high level. Even with Christian McCaffrey's injury, still playing at a high level, especially when he went to the 49ers. And even though Derrick Henry is getting older, he's still playing at a reasonably high level. But Ezekiel Elliott has plummeted since he signed his contract, to the point that Dallas finally cut him, and now he finds himself in the Patriots uniform. But even before that, if we think about the running backs that were on the market, or the running backs that are frustrated, Saquon Barkley, we talk about Josh Jacobs. It's very interesting. Now Jonathan Taylor, who has expressed frustration previously, but now he has permission to seek a trade. What is happening? Used to be a stretch that if you didn't have a running game and a defense, you weren't going to win a championship. You weren't even going to have success. And I think that's still a story. I know we're converting to a passing league. I understand that. I love Patrick Mahomes, and I love a lot of these quarterbacks. But the truth is, they still want a running game. Now, there are some teams that do running back by committee. I won't dispute that. But you can't ignore the impact of a great running back. I mean, look at some of these teams like Austin Eckler. We're talking about Saquon Barkley last year for the Giants. The Giants would not have been the team that they were without him. I don't care what anybody says. He was doing everything for them. There were some games I would say he single-handedly won them the game. And Daniel Jones did manage the game well, but if we're going to be honest, Saquon Barkley was a deciding factor on that team. We talk about Derrick Henry. He is Tennessee. And they have paid him as such, and I think they should have. Jonathan Taylor on that team was a problem before his injury. He was doing his thing before his injury, and then came back from injury and wasn't that bad. He was actually good. So he played out his rookie deal, and now you don't want to pay him. In the situation that you just drafted a rookie quarterback, the star running back that you have, you don't want to pay. That doesn't make any sense to me when you have an opportunity to continue to build. Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing last year, and now he doesn't have a contract. Where we both know in the old NFL, if you did something like that, you would have a deal. There's not even an option they would let you walk. But now we're in the NFL where they think they can just plug and play running backs. And I think that is true in some situations. That's not true for most teams. Some of those running backs I just named are significantly better than some of the other ones. Christian McCaffrey is significantly better than a lot of these running backs in the league. He is. Jonathan Taylor is better than some of these running backs in the league. That's why people are offering to trade for him. Derrick Henry is still better than some of these running backs in the league. Joe Mixon is better than some of these running backs in the league. Josh Jacobs is still better than some of these running backs in the league. So why is it that every position in their pay grade can increase but the running back? Where I don't think the running back's importance has decreased. If anything, they're expected to expand. Christian McCaffrey has a game last year where he threw for a touchdown, received for a touchdown, and ran for one. The average running back now is expected to expand his game to be a receiving back, but yet their pay is going down. Their risk of injury is going up. Their risk of playing more is going up now because they're doing more. They are now expected to pass block, receive, and be a good rusher. And whether we want to admit or not, adding that level of a receiving game to a running back should increase their value. It should. So it's astounding to me that we are asking them to do more, but yet we are refusing to pay them. I think the NFL needs to make a change. I think the NFL needs to make a correction. It doesn't make any sense that they are not valued the way they should be. I don't care if we're in the passing league or not. The passing league has caused them to evolve and to ask more of them. Why do they not deserve to be paid more? I think it's a weird situation that's going on with these running backs. And I think they're going to learn the hard way that they're going to miss having quality running backs on these teams. Because it was also a good point presented that with the way college players are getting paid, is there a chance that running backs could make more by staying in college longer? We might not want to see that. We might not want to hear that. But for them, that might be the best decision. Because not only will they get more money, but I also think it'll force the NFL to pay them. Because they're going to want the stars. They're going to want the big name running backs. And if those running backs decide, hey, I'm not going. Hey, I'm staying in college. I got a good deal going right now. I'm going to stay in college for a few years. I think it will affect the bottom line a little bit if we didn't have some of these names that were coming out. So I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts about this running back situation in the running back market. Fantasy football is finally coming, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts because I'm excited. It's been a long wait, but I got my team ready. I'm in a 2-quarterback league. The draft is coming up soon. I've been doing mock drafts consistently, trying to figure out who I'm keeping, who I'm not. I found out in my 2-quarterback league I got the 4th pick, so you know I'm going QB probably. But I am playing with the idea of Justin Jefferson. Who are you thinking about? Who is the guy that you want to have this year? Who is the player that you are going to win you your league? I would love to hear about that. I've been thinking about who do I think that player is this year. I was very big on Justin Jefferson last year. And I think I still am this year. A player that I like that I'm not getting, obviously, or possibly, is Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is an obvious blend of upside and consistency. So I think Tyreek Hill is always a good choice. Christian McCaffrey scares me because of his injury history, but I will leave that up to your decision making. You can't go wrong with the Eagles wide receivers. A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith will be a good choice. And keep your eye on Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon has been dropping in the draft. At least in the mocks that I've been doing with the 2 QB league, he's been dropping to 4th or 5th round, which to still get a number one running back or starting running back that low, where I think he could be a RB2 for you, maybe a low RB1, depending on his health. I think it's a great pick still. So those are just a few of my thoughts. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking for fantasy football and what type of leagues you play in. Are you playing in 2QB Superflex? Are you playing in just a regular PPR? I would love to hear your thoughts, and maybe one of the next episodes we'll get more into fantasy football. My thoughts on certain players I'm staying away from, those that I'm targeting. Maybe we could talk about that a little more. But thank you for tuning in. We will do another episode next Thursday. Once again, I appreciate your support. Make sure you subscribe to this video also. And until next time, I hope y'all guys have a great week.